be glorified. Hello, it's 12:30. And it's time for day 8 of the wooing, 31 days of responding to Abba's ardent pursuit. And then I am going to be talking about our Bible passages are taken from Bible passage is taken from Esther chapter 4 verses 1 to 9. Esther chapter 4 verse 1 to 9. Like I suggested, a very good way to go through the devotional is to first of all read the book of Esther. Just read it. They are not a lot of chapters, probably like 10 chapters. And then when you finish reading it, then you can now read according to the day. So today is day 8. We are looking at ask for help, even if you don't think you deserve it. Ask for help, even if you think you do not deserve it. So if you think that you don't deserve help, by all means ask for help. Hi Dari. So the devotional is for young adults. I keep saying young adults. It's for young professionals, whether you're in career or business, and you're taking insights from the book of Esther. And not just the book of Esther, not just from Esther as a character, but also learning from other characters as well. So Esther chapter 4 verse 1 to 9. Now, if you've been following through, you see that now Kasala has burst because Mordecai has gone to bite more than he can chew. He has refused to bow to Haman, and Haman says, "You don't play with me like that." So what started as child's play, hi Joseph. So what started as child's play has become serious. What just felt like, oh, maybe the two ego. What I thought about it really was like, what is this issue between two men? Why can't they keep it within themselves? And then the Jews, the entire generation of Jews, are in trouble because Mordecai and Haman cannot solve their ego issues. This is the bottom line of it. So basically, there's a death sentence on the Jews, and Mordecai is, for all his faults, is very passionate about his people. So he goes on to put on sackcloth and all that. But the thing about the palace is you can't take sackcloth into the palace. You have to be properly dressed. So he's just at the gate. He can't come in. Esther is in the palace. She doesn't know what's going on because obviously he can't come in with the sackcloth. But she has like servants and things. So they go out and they see Mordecai. They come to tell her, look, your uncle is in. Remember that everybody knows who Mordecai is, because if you read back to chapter 2, when Mordecai was going through the beauty treatment, when Esther was going through the beauty treatment, Mordecai was coming to see her to check on how she was doing. Although she didn't disclose her, but everybody just knew that there was a relationship between Mordecai and Esther. but she doesn't disclose the fine details until she has to. So basically, everybody's in trouble, and then Mordecai goes to tell Esther that, look, I'm in trouble. This is what I'm not only in trouble, even the Jews are also in trouble, because this is what we've done, and this is what I started, and this is what it has caused. So you see that Mordecai has beaten more than he can chew, even though for some people may blame him, some people not blame him, but obviously he has a part to play in this. But he goes back, hi Ada. So he goes back to where he feels the trouble can be solved, and he goes to where it is. So let's localize that. What can you learn from that as a young person in business, or a young person in your career? So the first thing is, when we want to ask for help, we always try to paint the situation like, oh, I didn't know, I was a novice, it was my first time. You try to make yourself look very good, like, oh, I really, really deserve this help I'm asking you for. But being helped is not really a function of merit, really. If I'm being honest, is somebody needs help, whether the person deserves it or not is a different thing. If we're going to apply that logic, that means if somebody that has lung cancer has been smoking, we'll say that, oh, they probably God was coming to them, but we still need to, as a Christian, probably pray for them, lay hands on them so they can be healed. I don't know if you see what I mean. So that's the lesson really here for you as a young person in business or career. We need help from time to time, and sometimes, as they will say, it's you that caused the problem that you're in yourself. Maybe because of inexperience, because you're young. There's so many things that we do because we are young, we don't know better, and because of inexperience. Maybe you do work for the first time, your supervisor looks at it and says this is absolute trash, but it's not your fault, because you've never done that kind of thing before. So in those situations, our first reaction is to feel ashamed and try to cover things up, or just accept that we're merely experiencing the consequences of our action. However, the nature of help is that it is applied in a situation where it is needed. It comes from a place of kindness, not necessarily because, oh, you are the best of the best. So the example I always use, when I joined my office for the first time, because I'm a lawyer, so I was supposed to incorporate a company, and that was the first time they were transitioning from like moving papers, shifting papers from desk to desk to this portal that everybody uses now. So the client we're going to incorporate for was a foreign client. So he came to Nigeria to sign. So he came to Nigeria for other things, but he decided to sign the papers. And for a strange reason, I didn't give him all the papers to sign. And I remember that the partner that morning had asked me again and again, probably 3 times, that, are you sure this person has signed all that he needs? Because he's going to the United States immediately after this. And I said, okay, yes, he had already done that. And you won't believe it, actually. He didn't sign everything. And to be honest, there were so many scenarios in my head, from maybe forging his signature on the other documents just so that I won't go back. But I spoke to my mentor in the office, and he said, just go there and go and tell him. So I don't know what happened to my face. When I entered his office, the first thing my partner asked him was, is everything okay? You look like somebody died. I just said, if only this man knew what I've done. So I just confessed. I just told him this is the issue. So immediately he said, oh, I feel like killing you. But immediately just put a call through to the client and said, oh, this is the issue that we're having and all that. So when things go wrong, honestly, I can tell you, I'm never pretending. The first thing is you want to find a way to sort such a stuff out, or make yourself look like, oh, it wasn't me, I didn't know. That's why maybe when you break plates at home, you just hide the plates so that nobody knows what you're doing. But that's not how it works. So you need to be able to, that's one thing, it will help you very fast. When things go wrong, even if you're at fault, even if you're the one that did it, because maybe you were careless, you hadn't seen the situation before, maybe you took things for granted, you spoke carelessly to a client, you spoke carelessly to somebody, things have gone bad, just go and report yourself to a supervisor. What's the worst that could happen? I mean, there could be a lot of scenarios but you need to go. Don't try to make yourself look like the good guy. Don't try to make yourself look like, oh, I made a mistake. I didn't make a mistake. I tried my best. You didn't try your best. You actually messed up. So accept it like that. So understand that people helping you is not really merit. It's just kindness. Kindness is usually not something that people work for. That's just the truth. People are just kind to you, not necessarily because there's anything you can do. I don't know, maybe some people are kind because they think maybe you get some, but generally people just help you because they can. And I understand that because I've been helped, because I've been helped by strangers, and I didn't do anything. I've just seen people. Maybe there was a time I preached in the bus, and one guy just said, oh, you're doing well, give me 1,000 naira. So kindness is not, don't try to make yourself look very good, or like, oh, I didn't make a mistake. You made a mistake. That's happened. Reach out immediately. Say, this is beyond me. And I pray that God will help all of us in Jesus' name. So, it's not to say that if you do, it's not to say that there will not be consequences, but at least you are not trying to hide. You're not trying to bury things. You're not trying to hide and fabricate. You have come out straight, and then the person that is in a position to help you knows how bad things are, and they can make a call. And especially something that, especially if you are reporting to people, if things have gone wrong, just come out very quickly, as in very, very quickly, when they know that this person can use their experience and their connections to right the wrong you've done. If you go and cover it and think you can get away with it, that's even worse, because it may be on a journey of no return. Exactly. This is saying it takes a lot of strength. Seriously, that's just tell yourself what's the worst that can happen. I always tell myself that the biggest flex of adulthood is nobody can beat. Like, you can't actually beat me. I will say what I want to say and do what I want to do. You can't bring K. I don't know if it's a very good mindset, but it just really helps me to just own up, to say I've done something bad. So, but obviously there'll be consequences. What I'm saying is, if you don't, because you're thinking about yourself alone, that's why you want to cover things up. But if you think about other people, think about the business, think about clients, think about the organization, you speak up fast, like, how do we solve this thing first? You try to solve it first before you now decide, let me hide things and all that. In solving it, you reach out to, hi, baby. You reach out to people that can, help you. So that's really the lesson here. So nevertheless, where help is needed, if it is within your power, and again, so it goes both ways. I know sometimes you always say, no, be me kill Jesus, I can't carry more than I can, but it also works both ways. When you see that somebody is going to go astray, just try as much as is within your power. Just try. So it goes both ways. If it's within your power to extend a helping hand, even without whether the person deserves it or not. You say this person get bad mouths, but just do what you have to do. So if that's how kindness works, it will not make the world go round. So you should also ask for help. So basically, reach out, ask for help, whether you deserve it, whether you don't deserve it. Pray God will help us in Jesus' name. So prayer. So pray. Thank God for all the time that you received help from people in respect of your business or career. I've been helped. I've talked about how somebody helped me with my CV. I've talked about there are so many things people have helped. I talked about how, like, I started somebody that I would run work by from time to time. There was a time my office had, like, we sit in an open space, so there was somebody behind me that could see my system, could see what I was working on, and I can't count how many times she would come and meet me and say, this thing that you're doing, don't do it that way, unsolicited. And she saved my life countless times. She saved my career countless times than I can imagine. So thank God for all the people that have helped you in your career or business, people that have said nice things to you, people that have just looked out for you, people that took the blame. You know how maybe you're a senior person on the deal and the younger person did nonsense. You just, when the maybe like management is complaining, you just tell them that, look, forget about, like, you just take the blame quietly. The senior person took the blame quietly for you. So thank God for people like that. Thank God for those you've helped as well. What I like to say is that I like to thank God for making me a blessing to other people. It's a privilege for you to be able to help people, like for people to be able to pray to God and find the answer to the prayer in you. Is a privilege. So I thank God for the opportunity to help others. So if there's a difficult situation in work or business that you need help with, why don't you ask God to help you? Comment and say, God, this is what's happening. It could be something, maybe you submitted an application for a grant, submitted an application to a regulatory authority, or maybe just something that a client is doing, like you're trying to help a client and you can't really solve it. Put it before God. I remember there was a time, in my life that I was looking for documents. This was documents to stamp it, like over $250 million loan. I couldn't find documents. And it was all these things where I didn't start the transaction. Transaction started before I joined. While I wasn't on it. So because of the jackpot, the people in charge of it have already moved on with their lives. And then I don't know how they didn't, and to be fair, we were cleaning and restructuring the office. So things had moved, position of things had changed. And I was looking for, documents to show that somebody gave somebody $250 million. Yeah? I remember that I took it to Hallelujah Challenge. I was like, oh my God, where will I start from? how will I explain? I'm not looking for needle. I'm looking for a bag of documents. How do I explain? It wasn't even me, but it just felt like God. And God came through. Like God literally came through. But that's just to say that just take every situation to God and ask for help. Ask God to give you wisdom to recognize those in need and grace to swiftly provide the help you can. Another prayer point that you should also pray: ask God to help you to recognize people that need help and stretch hands towards them. So meditate on the anchor verse. You need a tender heart. I'm serious, to be able to help people. If your heart is stony, if you get strong hearts, like some of our Nigerian leaders, you can't help. What do people mean to you? They don't mean anything. So meditate on the anchor verse. Ezekiel 36:26 says, in it, God says that I will take out your stony hearts and put a new heart and a new spirit in you. I will take out your stony, stubborn heart and put a tender, responsive heart. And then so if you have like, what you should really do today is, if you have like a mentor, a coach, a team leader in the office, supervisor, and there's a difficult situation, maybe you've tried to solve it but you're not solving it very well, I would advise you to take today as your reflective action, as your action to take today, to go and meet them and say, this is, hi Debola, to say, this one is beyond me. Oh, you know the song? Yeah, that be like, this one is beyond me. I've tried my best. So reach out to that your senior, or your team lead, your business coach, or your mentor, and say, I tried ABCD but it's not working. So that's it. That's really the end of today's devotional. Remember, it says ask for help even when you think you don't deserve it. Really ask for, seriously. Just, that's nobody. I'm telling you, the biggest flex of adults is they can't beat. Nobody can beat you. What's because they just say, why are you so slow? Why are you slow? Why we're not thinking fast? Sorry about that. I'm sure thinking. It's not just fast, and it's fine. It's okay. I'm not in a hurry. So ask for help, and also try to help other people. I know that when you're starting out, you're just consumed with yourself. You're just like, I don't even know this thing. How am I reaching out to people? But seriously, ask for help. Even if you've caused kasala, even if everything has scattered, even if you have done the worst, just go and say, I beg, no, now help me. And then, the most important thing is, God doesn't reject us. So if human beings have said your case is very redemption, just carry yourself together and say, Baba God, oh, human beings can't help me. It says, woe unto those that look to Egypt for help. Say, God, I've looked to Egypt, I've come back, I'm looking to you now. So ask for help, really. Ask for help, even when you think you don't deserve it. If you've not gotten a copy of the devotional, it's available on Seller, it's available on Amazon. The hard copy will soon be available. Generally in Nigeria, I'm not doing hard copy. So you have to read along with me on Seller. So see you tomorrow by 12:30. It's 15 minutes. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much. I'm grateful. So take care of yourself. See you tomorrow by 12:30 p.m. God will keep us till then. And bye.